Now to another serious story we've been covering since the beginning. In 2023, Stephanie Minter and Tanya Garnett met in a Virginia jail, determined to turn their lives around. And they were doing just that until Stephanie was stabbed to death at a Fairfax bus stop by an illegal immigrant who had been arrested 30 times. Stephanie's death was preventable, and questions about why the suspect was released remain, and why he was out so many times, that question needs to be answered. Now, Stephanie's friend wants to make sure that her murder is not ignored and that real change takes place. It's not about politics, it's about saving and protecting lives. Joining me now is Stephanie's friend and author, Tanya Garnett. Tanya, it's great to see you. So sorry about your friend. You wrote about her and you said, some news stories pass through our lives quickly, others stop us in our tracks. You've been open and have shared your story of recovery, your transformation of your life since leaving jail. Yes. Can you tell us about how you met Stephanie, and what was the last time you spoke to her?
I met Stephanie at Rappahannock Regional Jail, and I tell you, she had a light that just shone through her eyes so bright. She was a faith-filled woman. She inspired me while I was there. It's not easy to be in jail, regardless of, what you did. It is an environment that you go in and it traumatizes you. And she was one of those people that kept her spirit uplifted. She had joy every time she spoke. She helped people that walked in that were new, maybe had never been there, giving them a gift of a noodle or something to eat, something to cheer them up, and then a scripture. She always had a scripture to give them.
Well, that'll help a lot. On your website, you speak about how Stephanie's death was preventable. If this dangerous individual was kept behind bars, if they had been deported, not allowed to be on the streets after 30 different arrests. What is your message to the Fairfax Commonwealth Attorney, Steve Descano, who has not only let this guy back out on the streets, but other people who have long, violent records as well?
Yeah, my message is that when it comes to violent crimes, you need to be hard on crime. And you need to really pay attention to prosecuting these cases. I was completely disturbed when I saw the emails that went from the major in Fairfax County to the prosecuting office about this individual in particular. It stunned me that they said it's not a matter of if they will reoffend in a violent nature, but when. And I think about that, and I think about my friend Stephanie and that her life could be saved. That email went out, I believe, in October of 2025. Fast forward 5 months later, and the loss of Stephanie's life. And there are so many others out there that I think crimes are preventable if we take these offenders that are violent in nature. And trust me, I believe every life is redeemable. But when you are talking about someone that continually commits violent crimes, then it's something you need to assess.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Victimizing innocent people should not be allowed, especially if they're getting warning signs, and there's a long record of them doing it to others. In your book about your journey, you talk about jail and re-entry into society, into regular process, getting your life back. How important are programs that you participated in and ones that she advocated for into people redeeming themselves and starting over, even after mistakes have been made?
Absolutely. They're essential, because you cannot punish someone into changed behavior. It just does not work. Programs are necessary to take someone that likely has underlying issues that were the influence of causing the crimes that they committed. So there could be addiction issues, there could be mental health issues. Those are traumas that they've likely been through in their life as well. Then you get them into a 9x7 and they're re-traumatized in that environment. There's no way that they're not traumatized in that environment. So programs, and I tell this, I'm transparent and authentic in my story, that I did have short stints in and out of jail over many, many years. And it was because there was mental illness that was undiagnosed. I also struggled with addiction, and I had underlying trauma in my childhood.
These programs helped you, and of course your faith helped as well.
Yes, oh my goodness, surrender to God. That is the
That's
essential
a good message.
foundation.
I'm going to hold up your book so we can help other people here. This is her book. Tanya, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it. Thank you, and really sorry about your friend, and we hope that the prosecutor does the right thing and keeps violent people behind bars so they can't offend and take people's lives again. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much,
Good to see you. Thank you.